Guess I'm just gonna have to be ugly. I mean, it is low level. The point of low level is just to be ugly. I don't know why. It's just like the way the pants are just like pants. Oh well, works for me. All right, new game plus. Now that I'm officially pretty enough. Yeah, Gladiator and Paladin. Ul'dah. Let's see. In Ul'dah, no form of entertainment is held in higher regard than gladiatorial arts on display at the Colosseum, many of whose champions cut their teeth at the Gladiators Guild. Drawn to the blade and shield, you take up training under Guildmaster Mila, but soon discover there's more to the Colosseum than meets the eye. I just realized that my sword is not good. I need a low-level sword and shield as well. Or I might just be able to unglamour these ones. Let's deglamour. Yeah, that'll be fun. There are crappier looking ones to use, but that's pretty basic. He's not. Ah, damn it! This doesn't die. It's hopeful. All right. Way of the Gladiator, level 1. Okay, it is Gladiator's Guild. I was gonna say, where else am I supposed to go? Wait, why can't I take this quest? What have I... Oh, because I'm wearing a Paladin Soul Crystal. This is gonna change everything, isn't it? Oh no. It's okay, I'll just re-equip it later. Look at all of those. Oh my god, those skills are so old. Those are skills from, like, Fracture. Oh my god. Convalescence. Oh my god, this is old. Look how old those are. Yeah, we'll just pick up the quest like this and then put the soul crystal back on. Oh, that's beautiful. Alright. What will it be? Will you rise above the masses and inscribe your name in legend? Or will you resign yourself to mediocrity and die in obscurity? Join the Gladiators Guild. A decision you shan't regret. One moment. Make way for Kinliana Ironhide. Fresh meat coming through. Now then, before your enrollment can be considered complete, you must present yourself to First Sword Mila. Seek her out and obtain her approval. I heard Lulutsu. So you're Kinliana Ironhide. 'Tis a good, strong name. On behalf of the Gladiators Guild, allow me to welcome you. I am Mila, Guildmaster here. So, you wish to study our arts, I presume? I presume you have a reason for choosing the sword over all the other weapons. Perhaps you think it easiest to learn. A sword is a simple weapon, but to wield a blade well is anything but simple. For every Colosseum champion to emerge from our ranks, there have been countless disappointments who failed to achieve greatness. Bear that in mind before you answer me, Kinliana, for I do not ask this question lightly. Have you the strength to live by the sword, and if it be your fate, die by it? You. Then welcome, Gladiator, to your new home. Let's not waste time, shall we? I would gauge your aptitude for the sword. Just outside the gates of Ul'dah, you'll find plenty of marmots, hornets, and shrews. Slay 3 of each, and return here when finished. A simple task, but essential to training nonetheless. Now go. Don't mind me, just gonna... Yep. I would like to have access to all of my buttons, please. It was such a weird choice of theirs to change your hotbars if you have a soul crystal on. It Makes no sense. Oh my god, you have to kill them as a gladiator. Alright, well. It's okay, one auto attack will kill them. Oh god! Yeah, I do. I'm not changing my hotbars if I can avoid it. Yeah, I don't even have my extended hotbars set up for Gladiator. It's kind of beautiful. Savage Blade, right? Yeah, because it used to be there used to be a Rage of Halone combo and a Royal Authority combo. You had a different, instead of Riot Blade, you had a different one. Oh my god, I don't even have teleport. Monka. Beautiful. These beautiful buttons. Yeah, the farthest you ever go is Circle of Scorn. I'm not getting rid of all these old skills. They're like attested, like they're a historical, like I need them. General, the teleport. Just want to teleport. You. Oh, and I should probably put sprint somewhere on there too. Look at those potions on my bar. Welcome back, Kinliana. I take it you dispatched the beasts, and with ease. Rest assured, there'll be far greater challenges to come. If you wish to master the sword, you must test yourself against a wide variety of foes. To this end, I present you this hunting log. It contains information on creatures ideal for a gladiator in training. You will doubtless gain valuable experience should you seek out and slay them. It is only with such practice that you will recognize and eliminate the deficiencies in your technique. Your training under me shall continue once the haft sits so snugly in your hand that you cannot imagine holding aught else. Until then, Kinliana. Ah, Kinliana, I take it you and your sword have become better acquainted. Then I will now instruct you on another fundamental aspect of what it means to be a gladiator, commanding an opponent's attention. As gladiators, we are trained to engage enemies at close range, weathering their attacks as we deliver our own. However, there are times when we must do battle alongside allies whose talents are not the same as our own. In such situation, your role is not to slay the enemy in front of you, but rather to defend the man beside you. We do this by eliciting the enmity of our opponents through attacks and techniques designed to incite their hatred. You must learn to draw the enemy's attention to yourself and trust in your stout constitution to endure. In so doing, you protect your weaker comrades who would otherwise perish. To help you better understand this, there's a task I would have you perform. It just so happens that Momodi of the Quicksand has requested our assistance. A gang of Leminsan marauders has paraded into town and begun harassing people outside her establishment. Men like these prey on the weak, but will turn tail and flee at the first sign of defiance. You need not resort to violence. It will suffice to show them that you are not afraid of them and will not tolerate their behavior. Seek out the Leminsans and make your presence known by bellowing, "Face me, marauder." In this way, you will protect the people of Ul'dah as you would your allies in battle. /me. What? You blaming me because this little shite shat his own pants? Well, bugger him and bugger you too. You know, your friend is a 12's Dan cheat. Thinks he can charge us more because we're foreigners. But he'll get his own back. Mark me words. Oi, come on now. He was disrespecting me proud Seawolf heritage. Fine, leave the bastard be. We ain't finished. Yell's your problem. Maybe she likes her men rough. What's supposed to be, bleeding lady in waiting? Bah, doesn't matter, you gone and spoiled the mood. Just who the hells do you think you're speaking to, maggot? I'm Farmul, the Driven, and me bloody marauders have been raving so long, mothers scare their children with tales about us. Don't believe me words? Then let me axe do the talking. Oh, this is lively even for the quicksand. You two going to put on a show for us? What's this? Another goddamn fool? Show some respect when you talk to... Farmo the Driven, leader of a troop of bloody mummers or some such. Aye, heard you the first time. Your voice carries quite well. Then unless you want me to split your skull with my axe, you better. That sword. It couldn't be. Frenzy? But only the sword of Nald. Bloody hells, it's you! You know, I've never been one to stand back and watch. Mind if I join the fun? But begging your pardon, sir. Why do they always do that? Looks like it's just you and me. Standing up to that Leminson was quite brave of you, and quite foolish. I think I like you, Gladiator. Name's Aldous, and I'd buy you a drink, but I'm afraid I just spent the last of my coin. I used to be a young gladiator like you. Back then but that hardly concerns you. These days, I'm just an explorer of the unexplored, a seeker of as yet unknown experiences. Like that beautiful stranger keeping my bed warm right now. Oh, gods, I miss the city. This wonderful desert jewel of debauchery and sin. Now, if you'll excuse me. I swear, if I hadn't seen Aldous with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed it was him. Everyone here thought he died years ago. Listen, Kiliana, do me a favor and don't tell Mila about meeting Aldous, alright? She doesn't need this sort of drama. Why? Well, let's just say some folk ain't good for one another. I've already heard of your exploits at the quicksand, Kinliana. You did well to send those marauders packing. I wish I could say we've heard the last of them. Alas, we've received reports of axe-wielding raiders assaulting merchants traveling through Scorpion's Crossing. It would seem words will not suffice after all. I want you to finish what you've begun, Kinliana. Head to Western Thanalan and see that Farmul the Driven and all those who have shared in his crimes never trouble the people of Ul'dah again. Oh, me trying to hit my mount button. I'll use my opening chocobo because the button happens to be right there. They tore me from my saddle and took everything I own. Bring my goods back to me, I beg of you. They tore me from my saddle and took everything I own. Bring me goods back, I beg of you. 12, bless you, adventurer. If it weren't for good women like you, I'd never leave home. Good, it is finished. And with that, the stage of your training is complete. This time, your enemies were ill-behaved ruffians, but who knows what manner of opponents you will face in the future. Regardless, I have faith that you will do well. Master your sword, and you shall master yourself. Now then, there will be work for you in the days to come. Return to your training, Kinliana. We will speak again. Next quest becomes available at level 10. We're level 10 now, but my food is on the porch here. Alright. You look well, Kinliana. I hope you are ready for your next task, because I require your immediate assistance. There have been several violent murders recently, the victims of which were all Hurrian men. Based on the multiple spear wounds found upon the bodies of the deceased, we believe that Lancers are responsible for the crimes. Not only are these murders a blight upon our city, I fear it is only a matter of time before one of our own is targeted. I've just received reports of foreign Lancers skulking about in Stone's Throw. Considering the circumstances, I find it likely that these are our culprits. Do not abide any more murders. Go to Stone's Throw, outside the Gate of Nald, and speak with any you find in the area. With luck, we may find these Lancers before they strike again. Don't kill me, please! I'm not the one you want! Thank you, thank you! They appeared out of nowhere. Asked me if I was Aldous at Spear Point. I said no, but they attacked me anyway. What did I do to deserve this? As the chocobo music will start to drive me insane. Unfortunately, none of these will be voiced, so I can only eat my food when I'm walking. So they were indeed the murderers we sought. What brought dusk white freelancers all the way from the Black Shroud? And why were they murdering Hurrian men with swords? For sword! What is it? Lancers, for sword. A gang of them, hiding in a tunnel south of Blackbrush Station. Seems we're not rid of them yet, Kinliana. You might as well finish what you started. Go to Central Thanalan and dispatch the last of these freelancers. Bruce, accompany Kinliana. See she doesn't die. Well, I can't keep the last from getting skewered, but I'll patch her up best I can. Kinliana, defend Bruce. He knows powerful healing magics, but he cannot employ them unless you keep all your enemies occupied. Make sure you command their full attention at all times. I am counting on you to keep those bastards away from me. Watch me back and I'll watch yours. You have your orders, gladiators. Send these freelancers to the 7th gate. I'm gonna probably stance that too. Let's put that where it's here. Alright, we're gonna do a little finagling. I want to keep all of these beautiful old skills, but we need you in this hotbar. Oh, R.I.P. Flash. Never forget. Put you in your normal place. Is that where that goes? No, this is over here. I think I'm missing the AoE attacks too. I am. Okay. Get them on the hotbar. Total Eclipse goes here. Here. Right, there's old Rampart. We gotta get new Rampart in here. New Rampart. Grab new Provoke. Reprisal. We'll grab new Arm's Length. Alright, let's get all of these old ones onto one hotbar so I can just relish in their existence. There were too many to put on one hotbar alone. Amazing. Remember us. Remember that we once lived the skills. Shield Bash goes into this bar. It does. I have it there. Let's go. And then we're just gonna leave. We're gonna, well, okay, I super don't need the high potions or the Gazal greens, but we'll leave my, I don't know, put Choke Buddy there. Look at these hot bars. Hot bar action. Like 6 skills to my name. Shield Lob, good. Rage of Halone, Sentinel. Alright, cool. Luckily, this is only until level 30, so You know, we'll just, be fine. Everything's fine. If we ever want to gaze in glory at old buttons. Good old fracture. Warriors don't even have fracture anymore. It used to be a dot. Yeah, I knew there'd be a duty involved. That's part of why I figured I'd set up the hot bars. Seems no one's home. Let's say we wait here and ambush them when they return. Back in my day, we didn't have no spin to win. Is that it? Did we win? No, okay. Give me that too. I don't even have shield off this level. I'm out. Oh, looks like someone's pissed in his peas porridge. Looks like we're done here. Let's head home, Kinliana. I could use a drink. Thanks, Bruce the Big. You truly saved my bacon. Congratulations on a job well done, Kinliana. Bruce says you acquitted yourself well. You've shown tremendous growth since you joined us, and though it pains me to do this, you've earned the right. Kinliana, I grant you leave to join other guilds. As you doubtless know, Ul'dah is home to both Pugilist Guild and the Thaumaturgist Guild. However, there are also guilds where you may learn something of more peaceful traditions. You may even join the guilds of other nations if that is your desire. Know that I will respect your decisions, whatever they may be. So long as you do not forget that you are, above all, a gladiator. Before you head off, I wanted to ask you, Bruce believes the freelancers were out for a bounty. What is your opinion on this, Kinliana? I think she would tell Mila about all this, even though Momody said not to, after everything here. We're tracking a man named Aldous. Aldous, are you certain that's the name you heard? He's alive? But how? Level 15. Hail, Kinliana. You come at a good time. I have another task I wish to assign you. The Immortal Flames and the Brass Blades have both requested the Guild's assistance in maintaining security at Camp Drybone, a vital outpost along the Royal Allegan Sunway. The Amalja have been raiding caravans with reckless abandon, creating a significant disruption in trade. Ul'dah has a long troubled history with the Amalja, so raids are not unheard of. However, this recent escalation must be addressed. Go to Camp Drybone and search for these raiders, Kinliana. I've already dispatched other gladiators to patrol their region, so I suggest you speak with one for more information. Get down, they're still here! Don't worry, sister, I'll be fine. Though, maybe not when the first sword's done with me, eh? Go to her and tell her that the Amalja are dead. Leave the merchant to me. I knew I was right to send you, Kinliana. You've done us proud. Seven hells, this place reeks of sweat. How do you expect a man to concentrate on his swordplay like this? Aldous! You remembered me. How goes it, brother? Still waving your sword around like a feather duster? You! Good to see you too, Mila, my dear. You're more beautiful than I remember. You're alive? Where have you been all these years? Answer me! Me? Well, if you must know, I'm on a spiritual journey of self-discovery. Damn it, Aldous, this is serious! We all thought you were dead. And for you to walk in here as though nothing ever happened? Have you forgotten how you dishonored us? I should cut you down where you stand. Oh, that's the Mila I remember. All fire and brimstone. I knew that pretty face could still contort itself into some terrifying shapes. Ah, don't pout, girl. I'm just having fun. But, as you wish, I'll go. Kinliana, was it? Why don't you join me at the quicksand? I could use some company, and I doubt anyone else here would be so kind. That bastard. Why now, after all these years? Oh, you came. Sorry you had to witness that little reunion between me and Mila. Sword annulled, back from the dead. I think I'd be greeted by throngs of adoring fans, not threats of violence. Listen, Kinliana, you're good with a sword, that's plain to see. But more than that, you got purpose. There's a fire burning within you. As a former man of conviction, I can recognize a kindred spirit. Geralt named her Frenzy. She's one of a magnificent pair of swords that the drunken prodigy forged for Colosseum champions. The man who wielded her twin had eyes that burned like yours. Kinliana, The hells? Poor Momody. All this sort of gnawed, we've come for your head. If you do that, then how the hells am I supposed to enjoy my ale? Arrogant fool, prepare to meet your maker. Well, ain't you a bunch of impatient, humorless fellas? For a bit of fun, Kinliana, I'll lead, you follow. Watch closely now, Kinliana. I'll show you how a Colosseum champion fights. Those weaklings are yours, Kinliana. Yeah. Ah, that's the sort of sport I crave. Watch their eyes, Kinliana, not their hands. Didn't think he'd go so far as to send a gang of sellswords into the quicksand in broad daylight. Why is it never a bevy of beauties? Let's continue this another time, shall we? I need to find a new place to drink. One with more attractive company than this sorry lot. My apologies, Kinliana. I meant to teach you a new technique earlier, but when that idiot arrived, I completely forgot. He's just so infuriating. The shield lob technique will allow you to attack from afar without the need for ranged weaponry. Since we gladiators are primarily close-range fighters, the ability to draw the attention of distant enemies is a valuable asset. May it serve you well in the field, Kinliana. I can throw my shield now. Wow. Now, level 20. Kinliana, I'm glad you're here. One of our members has been attacked and gravely wounded, and I need you to go and help him. I suspect this is the work of more bounty hunters. It may even be a trap to lure more of us into the open. Nevertheless, we cannot ignore our comrade's plight. When last he contacted us by Link Pearl, he said he'd try and seek shelter at the Coffer and Coffin. Take this potion and search for him there. Help me. I can't feel my... Thank you, sister. It all happened so fast, over by the tracks to the north. I don't know who attacked me or why they left me alive, but I dare say the answer's out there. Surely someone saw something. Fellow outside? Aye, I saw him stumble in when I left the bar to take a piss. He was alone, as I recall. He said he's wounded. Thought he was just drunk. Suspicious characters. Well, now that you mention it, I did see a strange fellow wearing a garish purple robe. First I thought he was talking to himself, but then I realized he had a link pearl. I heard him say something about the wrong man and the Silver Bazaar. Does that help? Purple robe. That does sound familiar. Aye, it was him, I'd swear it. Did you find anything else? Picked this up by the tracks, eh? Might well have belonged to the bastard. Can't say I've seen its like before. Might be his women could tell you more. You know him, don't you? He's the bespectacled bloke who's always lounging around Emerald Avenue in the city. Of course, being the businessman that he is, he'll probably ask to be compensated in exchange. Should that ring to women, he's sure to know something about it. Here, neat. Wyman, women, whoever you are. It's a naked bunny boy. Well, now, if it ain't Kinliana, everybody's favorite venture. I heard you threw your lot in with the Gladiators. A questionable decision, given the events of recent days, but to each his own. To what do I owe the pleasure? Oi, put that away before someone sees it. Where in the seven hells did you get one of those rings? What, don't recognize the sigil? Goddamn fool. Before you go stumbling around in the brush, you ought to at least know what kind of venomous bastards will be lurking within. In a long time since Ulda's seen a criminal organization rise from obscurity to notoriety as quickly as the Alacran. Word is, they've got connections to the Brass Blades, the Syndicate, and God knows who else. But you didn't hear that from me. I want no part of whatever mess you and your mates have gotten yourselves into. Understood? I just realized I should be putting these duties back up to normal. I think I had them on normal for all of the actual playthrough. I'll do that from now on. I mean, it's not like it's going to make them exceptionally harder, but, you know. Make it more realistic. Oh, Kinliana, I was wondering when you might return. What news do you bring of our injured comrade? Well, he was attacked by a member of the Alacran. Alacran? Find that hard to believe, but no matter. One of our comrades returned from Stone's Throw a moment ago. A gang of bandits is said to be headed for the Silver Bazaar. They're after a man with an enormous bounty on his head. The people living there are in grave danger. In their frenzy to find their quarry, the bandits won't scruple to destroy... I hit a button somehow. To destroy property and harm civilians, and a few brass blades stationed there will be powerless to stop them. We must go stop them, Kinliana. We'll protect the Silver Bazaar and avenge our injured guildmate all in one fell swoop. A bit melodramatic, if you ask me. Aldous, I told you never to come here again. I couldn't sit idly by while you charge in a battle against an enemy you know nothing about, Mila. A responsible guildmaster would never risk the lives of her charges like this. Who are you to lecture me about responsibility? Mila, listen to me. This is the Alacran you're dealing with. So, whatever notoriety they may have achieved means nothing to me. We'll cut them down like the common bandits they are. It's not that simply. More importantly, it's not your fight. What are you saying? They want me, Mila. I've been fending off assassination attempts ever since I returned to Thanalan. Just stay here and let me handle this. It'll be over soon, I promise. Just stay here while you go off on your own. Is that it? It's been 7 years since I let you leave, Aldous. 7 years. Do you have any idea at all what you put me through? Mila, I don't want to hear it, you selfish bastard. Do you even care about the people who suffered because of you? Just get out. We don't need your help. We'll settle this ourselves. Mila, wait, there's something you need to know. Enough, get out, get out! All right. Save some of that for the Alacran, but do try not to let Kinliana here come to harm while you're at it. What are you waiting for? You have your orders. Now go. hell hath no fury like a lover scorned. There you are, Kinliana. Everyone's already in position. Are you prepared? Stay focused, choose your target, and finish him. AoEs are beautiful. Back in the day, you just didn't have one. You had to sit there and hit them one by one. Terrible, really. Conjurers are a greater threat. Others can wait. Kinliana, deal with them. Thaumaturges. Mages. Rejoice, gladiators, for the day is ours. What? But why would you be? Even to us for a sword. No, stop! Such brittle blades, so easily broken. Perhaps the first sword is made of stronger steel. Leave her, Zana. Our business here is over. What have you done, Leovold? First, we must withdraw. The wounded need tending. Let us take them back to the guild. That man has a sword like Aldous'. Give me a moment, Kinliana. I need to think. I wanted to spare you this, Mila. I begged you not to go. You knew, Aldous, that Leovold had... Leovold and I once fought side by side in the Colosseum. Twin Swords of Nalthal, they called us. Never lost a match. Honored by the Bull of Alamigo himself, but that was then, and this is now. When I learned Leovold single-handedly transformed the Alakarn from a gang of common thieves to the most feared criminal organization in Thanalan, I knew I had to return. It seemed like a lifetime ago that the three of us used to train together in this hall. The Leovold I knew would never stoop so low. He was a good man, strong and true. What would drive him to do this? When I find him, I'll be sure to ask. Unfortunately, he seems determined to kill me for my curiosity. What aren't you telling me all this? I'm not clever enough to keep secrets, my dear. I'm simply a man, only capable of dealing with what's right in front of me. Is that so? I'll find him, Mila. I promise. Level 25? Ah, Kinliana, I must apologize for my earlier behavior. As First Sword, my duty is not only to foster your growth as a gladiator, but to also protect you from the dangers you are not yet ready to face. I did not know that Leovold had become the leader of the Alakran. Had he chosen to bear his steel at us, many and more of us would not have returned alive. I need to know why he's turned to a life of crime, so I've ordered my best men to scour Thanalan for any trace of his whereabouts. Unfortunately, one of them has disappeared. I have strong suspicions that he has been taken prisoner by the Alakran, or worse. If there's any hope of saving him, we must act quickly. I would have you search for our missing comrade. His last report stated he was tracking the Alakran near the Hammers in the western Thanalan. If you go there, you may yet find some clues to his fate. I've been far too reckless in the recent days and let too many good gladiators come to harm. Please, Kinliana, find our missing comrade and bring him home safe. It's a trap, sister. That was some fine swordsmanship, Kinliana. Mila, the First Sword certainly knows how to pick 'em. Even after all these years, I can't quite bring myself to call her that. See, I still remember when her father first brought her into the guild. A wee lass who cried at the sight of naked steel. But to look at her now, you'd swear she was born with a blade in her hand. Not like she had much of a choice but to rise to the occasion, though, but with all the trouble Aldous got into 7 years ago. Selfish bastard. He should have never... But enough of my rambling. I'll make my way back to Ul'dah after a short rest. You go on ahead and tell Mila that I'm fine. Kinliana, thank the gods you're all right. I heard about the ambush at the Hammers. Excellent work. You've been invaluable to the guild, and I cannot thank you enough. In fact, I believe you deserve a much-needed rest. Take some time for yourself and return when you've recuperated. But before you go, speak with Lulutsu. I believe she has a message for you. Ah, Kinliana, the very gladiator I was seeking. Lean closer, for I would not have others hear my words. Aldous sends his regards and requests you meet him at the Lich Yard in Eastern Thanalan. Naturally, I've not divulged this information to the First Sword, but you may have gathered from their previous interactions she's still rather upset with him, and would likely forbid any further association. But understandable, since he was clearly being groomed to become the next guildmaster before the horrible scandal. They would have made such a lovely couple. Yeah, forgive me. This is hardly an appropriate topic of conversation. Anyway, you have my word that the First Sword will not hear of any rendezvous from me. The Gladiator and Paladin quest lines are unfortunately not the most thrilling, but I need them. I need them for the deep lore. For my stories. Hello, Aldous, my man. I like a woman who keeps me waiting. It nurtures the sense of anticipation. It's been 7 years since Mila's father was laid to rest here. He was mean and stubborn, an old owl goat through and through. But gods, when he danced with a sword in his hand, it was pure poetry in motion. Mila's right. There's no way I could know what it was like for her back then, forced to replace her father under such terrible circumstances. Who might you be? Another Leovold's lackeys? Master Leovold has been most distressed since learning of your return. This is unacceptable. Your master does not deserve your loyalty, kitten. When you've outlived your usefulness, he'll dispose of you like so many others. Believe me, I speak from personal experience. Say what you will, I will not be swayed. She looks awfully determined to kill me. Still, I'm not really in the mood to play. Mind stopping her, Kinliana? No pressure, but I'll be evaluating your performance. You would die for this, scum. Very well. Read her movements, Kinliana. Not exactly high literature. This ends now. Your interference is inexcusable. Watch, Kinliana, the kitten has claws. Gotten stronger. Good. I'm glad Mila has a woman like you to rely upon. She's her father's daughter, a leader of men, a true warrior, and an obstinate woman who let her feelings cloud her judgment. Which is why she needs to be surrounded by dependable people who will give her good counsel and keep her temper in check. Now more than ever. Stick by her. She needs you more than she knows. She needs you, Aldous. Haven't you listened to a word I said? She needs dependable people. In case you haven't noticed, I'm anything but. I'm only here because of unfinished business. When it's settled, there'll be no reason left for me to stay. I owe it to her old man to put an end to this, to give him peace in Thal's realm by making that bastard Leovold finally answer for his crimes. Remember what I said, Kinliana. Now go. She's probably wondering where you are. What are you staring at me like that, Kinliana? Something the matter? You're behaving rather oddly. Well, I'm afraid I have no news regarding the Alacran's movements. I remain confident that we will find them soon, though, so keep your blade sharp. Apologies. And level 30. Damn it all to the 7th hell, this is madness! It's Aldous. He's been arrested by the Brass Blades. They claim he was plotting to assassinate the Sultana. This is utter nonsense. He has no motive to do so, and whatever I've said about the man, he would never resort using poison. The Alacran must be behind this. They've failed to kill him time and time again, and now they're reaching out to their monetarist allies. I didn't want to believe Wyman when he said they had such influence, but... Wait, that's it. If anyone can help us unravel this plot, it's Wyman. He has a reputation for knowing things he shouldn't, after all. Find Wyman, see what he can tell us. Aldous is many things, but he is not a murderer. I was wondering when you might come along, Kinliana. Frankly, I'm surprised all this went so quietly. You ought to know there's no walking away from this. What happened to Aldous, between Aldous and Leovold 7 years ago? Really don't know, do you? Well, best I start at the beginning, then. Aldous is something of an enigma. He and Leovold were two of the greatest gladiators ever to grace the Blood Sands, but he threw all that hard-fought glory away for a few gil more. See, the Aboriginal Don loves a good Colosseum fight, and what better way to make a gladiatorial spectacle more entertaining than wagering on the outcome? So, when it got out that Aldous was orchestrating a match-fixing scheme of untold proportions, well, you can imagine the shock and anger the people felt. He was expelled from the Colosseum, and his wins were stricken from the record. Your guildmaster Mila got the worst of it, though. Not only was her friend exposed as a fraud, but around the same time her father fell ill and passed away. There were some oddities surrounding his death, too. It was rumored he took his own life out of shame for his disgraced pupil, or that he might have even been murdered by the man. Baseless conjecture, really, but it made Aldous look all that much more worse. In the end, Mila lost two of the most important men in her life and was forced to take charge of the guild alone. And Leovold, he tried to go it solo on the Blood Sands, but wasn't the same. Without Aldous, his career was finished. Now you know the nature of the man you so desperately want to save, though judging from the look in your eyes, I gather you still have your reservations. Fine then, you can't blame me for doubting a man found in possession of Rhalgr's bile. It's a vile poison, rare and expensive too. Only the Corpse Brigade knows how to make it, I hear. Gods only know why'd they give it to Aldous. Could go to their headquarters at the Sepulchre in southern Thanaline and ask him direct, I reckon. I have an aversion to direct confrontation, personally, but you don't, do you? By the by, should you save the poor bastard's life, tell him we're even, and that I hope it was all worth it. Hello, Corpse Brigade. Don't mind me. I'm gonna walk through your base real quick. Just gonna take this thing here real quick. Don't mind. Don't. Oh, okay. They minded me. Just out of curiosity, so this is level 30, obviously. So by level 30... we've only fought Ifrit. Okay. Just curious on like the state of the world. So obviously we are a scion of the 7th Dawn at this point. But Ifrit is the only primal that we've slain. Where have you been, Kinliana? Aldous has been given over into the custody of the Sacrarium. They mean to execute him. We must do something. This poison, is it... You've proof that the Alacran purchased it from the Corpse Brigade. Thank the gods, you've done it! Quickly, we must get this official presiding over his execution at Highbridge. Go now! kind of love that the Suzaku Barding comes with the sword like that on its back. I don't know how I never noticed that before. It's like Tenzin's blade. Oh, yep, yeah. The Sacrarium has sentenced you to death for your crimes against the Sultanate. Have you any last... Huh? Who are you and what do you want? These are bold accusations you make, adventurer. However, the Sacrarium has found the prisoner guilty in the eyes of gods and men, and he will be executed forthwith. Don't waste your breath, Kinliana. Thul's scales have always yielded to wealth above all else, and Leopold spent a fortune to secure my sentence. Silence, criminal! And you, what are you waiting for? Do it. Where did that... all this... Just couldn't stay away, could you? Well, at least I don't have to steal the headsman's axe. If the gods are to have blood this day, I'm afraid it won't be mine. Since you two are so devout, perhaps you'd be willing to offer yourselves in exchange. Mercy! Interfering with the law is a heinous crime. In fact, I believe it is punishable by death. I had a feeling this spectacle would draw you here. I should have dealt with you myself from the start. Come, let's dance, brother. So, it's to be a rematch. Very well, I accept. Mila and the others need you, Kinliana. Leave him to me. I need you up on the bridge, Kinliana. Up here, Kinliana. That guy just jumped off. Oh, they're jumping off the bridge. They're crazy. Deal with that mage, Kinliana. Quickly. Aldous! Aldous! You almost had me, Leovold. Stay back. I won't have your pity. You just had to have it all, didn't you? Just one victory. Just one bloody match. But your precious ego couldn't accept that. You ruined everything. Tell me, Aldous, how does it feel to lose your name, your legacy, everything you ever loved? I want to know how much you suffered. Let it go, Leovold. It's over. Like hell's it is. I swear, you will never know peace. Not in this life, or the next. Leovold, no! You know damn well neither of us will see Thal's realm. Let's go. Our comrades are waiting. I'm glad you were there, Kinliana. Without you, I doubt we could have defeated the Alacran. Ever considered the Colosseum? You'd make a wonderful attraction. Of course, you'd need a title that befits your prowess. Now that it's all over, you'll be staying, won't you? No. Leovold may be dead, but the Alacran are far from finished. I'd rather not linger and give them a chance to regroup and seek revenge. It's a true tragedy that I could not enjoy the company of Uldah's lovely ladies any longer. But I have faith that equally radiant beauties await me in distant lands. Aldous, Not another word, my dear. It's bad enough that the First Sword has permitted a disgraced gladiator to fraternize with her subordinates. Can you imagine the scandal if she became personally involved with the man? Nevertheless, I understand how you feel, Mila. I am known to have this effect on the fairer sex. Should have let the headsman have his way with you. That way you might learn something of humility. Ha! But how am I supposed to remember the lesson without a head? Your father would be proud of you, Mila. Don't ever change. Ah, yes, there's one more thing I wanted to say to you before I go, Kinliana. 7 years ago, before my last match on the Blood Sands, I was given an offer. The Sultan's ransom in exchange for a loss. Leovold begged and pleaded, but I just couldn't do it. Call it honor or pride or whatever you like. I made my choice, and in spite of all that came of it, to this day I have no regrets. It's a simple thing to know what's right. Listen to that heart of yours, and it will never lead you astray. Trust in your comrades, have faith in your skills, and you will triumph over any adversity. And with that, I bid you all farewell. Better not have to wait 7 years to see that bastard again. Still so much I want to... What in the seven hells are you all looking at? This is a training hall. Why aren't you all training right now? You think it's all it takes to stand on the blood sands is a sword and a stupid grin? No, it takes years of hard work, an ocean of blood and sweat, and an unbreakable will. Every man and woman here has the potential to become a champion, but it is you and you alone who decides your destiny. So answer me this now, gladiators. Will you follow in the footsteps of your brothers and sisters and inscribe your names in legend? Aye! Thus, the Gladiator story is done.